What does this tribute, you think, mean for the NFL season?
Well, what it means for the NFL season is that there better not be any resistance to Colin Kaepernick taking a knee on a part of the National Football League. Not in any way. Not aesthetically, not literally, not indirectly, nothing. They better not give any issue, any pushback on that matter. Otherwise, they're really going to highlight who they are and what they're about, and it's going to be problematic for them moving forward. It really comes down to that. We're obviously living in a different age and a different time, but when you couple that with the George Floyd killing, and because of what transpired thereafter and how it led to even Commissioner Roger Goodell doing a video saying we were wrong, we should have listened more, and Black Lives Matter, and you hear guys like Coach Bill O'Brien of the Houston Texans and others acknowledging similar sentiments as well, and you see the positions that the NFL players have taken in that regard, along with the respective owners of the league and what have you. There's no way around this. They can't give any resistance whatsoever in the National Football League, because it will leave them standing alone on an island in a very, very uncomfortable fashion, to say the least. When I saw this, that's what came of it to me. Remember, in Europe, football is soccer. You know, that's what soccer is called. It's not called that here. You know, in America, it's just our version of football. But in Europe, their definition of football is soccer. And so you look at these guys and taking the positions that they've taken and taking the public stances that they've taken. You know that the NBA plans on doing something with its players and what have you. The NFL can't be alone on this. They can't be on the opposite side of history, and I think they know it.
I think it's a really good litmus test, the NFL, or bellwether, if you will. Soccer is an international sport. Basketball is an international sport. It exported very well, basketball. Even though it's an American sport, it exported around the world because it's not a uniquely American sport. Football has not exported like soccer, which obviously is not originally American, or basketball, which is. Because football is uniquely American, American football. Sal Paolantonio, I've plugged this book on the show before, How Football Explains America. It's excellent. I highly recommend it. It's a response to Franklin Foer's book, in a way, How Soccer Explains the World. And he gets into, manifest destiny and all these ways in which football reflects the kind of American sensibility. And so, Stephen A., for soccer players to do this, which has a more international flavor, for basketball players to do this, and you can see what the NBA already plans, is one thing. But how will the NFL respond? And to me, that will signal, in a way, whether, the extent of the change in terms of the way the winds are blowing in this country right now. Because if football follows suit, American football, if the NFL follows suit, and you see these kind of sensibilities in the NFL that you see in soccer and basketball, to me that will reflect, I'm not trying to sit here and pretend that sports is changing America, although I do think it has an effect. It's one of the kind of venues that has had an effect on American social and even socio-political life. But primarily, I think it's a reflection of America. If the NFL follows suit, I will take that as a reflection that there's actually stuff going on right now underneath that is changing America and American sensibilities. So I think it's actually an important question.
It is. It is, and it's going to be real interesting to see what the NFL does and how the NFL elects to handle things, because they, of all the sports that exist, they're the ones that need to handle the coming months completely correctly. They had better do it. Otherwise, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, the realism, and these two things, because the Black Lives Matter movement, let's forget about the entire political agenda. When originally, years back at this point, Stephen A., several years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, they came out with their political platform. I, at the time, said, I don't know if everyone's going to sign up for this, because you're getting into specific policy positions. And in a way, it detracts from the idea of Black Lives Matter, which is an easily accessible idea, although even that needed to be explained to a lot of white people. All lives matter. No, Black Lives Matter too, right? Parenthetically too. That's the whole point. At any rate, that is a real change that we've seen, and we can go off on a tangent, but I'll leave it there.